Hi, I'm Victorious, aka the Lost Gamer, because I get lost all the time. You don't usually hear much from me. I'm usually operating the second cam when NAS is streaming our fun runs for Clan Amicitia. When we have multiple teams, I usually run a second cam. Today I'm trying something different. I'm going to show you how I built our Yule tree and how we celebrate Yule for our clan, Amicitia and Bronyr. Nas has already shared a couple of clips on his Twitch and YouTube about what PaxDei is doing for Yule this year, and if you trot over to his channels, all kinds of information over there. He's pretty cool like that. He's very informative. So, but right now, I'm just going to give you a tour of our place and show you what we've done and how I've built the tree. So, if you want to stick around and see how I did it so you can build your own, that would be awesome. Yeah. So, first, I'll show you how our place looks now that it's nighttime. So, we're going to grab the chance while we can so you can see the lighting effects. Yeah. So, let's zoom in and have a peek around, okay? Bear with me. I am not a streamer. It's not my shtick. I'm the lost gamer for a reason. So here we go. So this is pretty much our place in a nutshell. There's a manor that Nas and I built. It's a supersized version of our original manor with the 4 towers. And as you can see, I've got a wreath on one tower, bell on the other, and I've put Santa's sleigh right up here on top with 8 reindeer. And I put a little baby tree by the front door right there. And then if we trot over here, this is a replica of the first tree. Whoops, I'm inside somebody's house. There we go. This is the replica of the first tree we had for Yule of 2024. And I came up with this idea because other trees were failing. And I thought, well, what if I did something kind of like what they do in elementary school where they give children craft paper and cardboard and, an elementary school version of a 3D tree. You know, it's not perfect like a tree, but it's a tree. So that's how I came up with that idea. And I tried to put the ivy on it last year, but at that size, it didn't really work because of the size of the ivy limited me. It distorted the top panel, which is, small. The ivy was too big for it. So this size tree didn't work. So, however, when NAS supersized the manor, I decided we needed a supersized tree. And that being the case, it did indeed work for the supersized tree. And that is the supersized tree. And now daylight is coming and we're losing our lighting effects. But good thing I grabbed that opportunity. So here we go. That's the supersized tree, which is a minimum of 6 foundation blocks. That's a little bit more than 6 by 6, but it takes a minimum of 6 by 6 blocks to support your tree. So I'm going to trot over to the backyard at the manor to go show you how I constructed that puppy. Okie dokie. So here we go. I've just got enough space here for half a tree. So I've got it somewhat started. So you're going to determine where your center is on your foundation. And you're going to put in a few posts. I'm going to slap in another couple up there because we're going to need them after. So bear with me a moment. Where's the post I want? I lost it. I'm blind. Oh, here we go. You want to have timbers. Oh, that's right. I got to do the whoosy what's first. Yeah, I can't put that one yet. Bear with me a second. So your bottom panels are going to be 3 beam lengths. So I got to put one more in there. You want to be touching the post. Now, you didn't see it because that pillar is already there, but when you touch, say if I touch the foundation, oh, it's not working now. It would be underground. You'd have to do it 1 click up. You'd have to bring it 1 click up. So you bring it one click up, connect. Second one, and then a third. So each leg is going to be 3 beams long. Okay? Then we're going to need a 45. Nope, wrong one. That's a 56. Where's the 45? 45. 45. And before you can put in the second one for that, you got to give that 45 a support because you're going to have a third on there. So you're going to flip that around. I can't see if that's connecting. Is it connecting? Yeah, it's connecting. All right. The reason you do that is because when we go to do the third to connect with the... It's already doing it because I don't have a thingy up there. All right. So you know before when I went to put a third post on there and it went red? The reason it did that is because your first couple of supports need to be nice or granite. Oh, I selected the wrong pillar. My bad. There we go. Nice or granite. Otherwise, you're not going to get the height you want for your tree. And don't worry that, you know, they're big and bulky or whatever, because when this tree is all said and done, you're not even going to be able to see that. There we go. Now it's green. Okay? And we are going to connect that again. Connect that there. Okay? And you're going to repeat this on each of these additional spans. Okay? Now, before you move up to the second section up above, you have to create cross beams. And the reason you need these cross beams is not for support for the actual spans, but for the ivy. The ivy is going to need connection points. If you don't have enough connection points, you're going to have bare patches in your trees. And it's okay if your beams stick through over here, because if you look on this side, there's another wing that's going to, you know, come out on this side. So that's fine. That's okay. Don't worry about that. That's no biggie. And you're just going to keep doing like this. Okay? And you're going to create all your connection points for your ivy. Oops. That's my phone. Sorry, guys. Ah, that's funny. Bear with me. When you're a mom, that's stuff that happens. Two seconds. Okay. Yep. All right. Let me go grab another beam. Why is she crawling like a turtle? Quit crawling. You're too slow. Hold your booty. There we go. All right. So let's get those other beams in there. get on the next section, shall we? Alright, so your next section, you're gonna need these. You're gonna need nice and clay, and you're gonna need to build yourself not just ladders and whatever, but you're gonna need these, because you're gonna need to start with these and then use ladders, because you're gonna need some height to whoop nuts. I fell down. That happens. I'm just glad I didn't fall off the roof this year. Last year I fell off the roof a lot trying to do Santa's sleigh. Yeah. This so I can see what I'm doing. Alright, so this, we get this. Wrong beam. Well done. Is that? No, that's a cottage. Where's the right beam? There we go. Have to. Ta-da! Alright. Now we want the support beam again. And we want to make sure it's lined up with the... not all the way up. Let me get all the way up so I can see better. We want to make sure it's lined up with the other one. Is it lined up? Yes, it is. The top should be about there. And this one is going to be 2 lengths. The first one was 3, this one's 2. How does that look? Right. Anyway. I'll get another beam up there in a second. Wrong button. And because we're getting higher, the tree's going to argue with you. That's okay. Just keep giving it all the support it wants. Not high enough. Oops, that was close. Like I said before, these can poke through the other side because there's going to be like a parallel branch on wing on that side. And I'm not going to finish the top branch, but just for the sake of argument, that one would be that would just be 1 length. Okay. That's the size that one would be. All right. Now, I'm going to take those off for now because you see what they are, and there's no sense in me coming all the way back up here again for no reason. So, let's... Oh, wrong button. Huh? I told you I was a lost gamer. I wasn't kidding. Just take this off. Why are we done? Alright. So, you get the rough idea. Okay. I'll finish destroying that after I'm wasting your time. Okay. So, let's get this out of the way. Now, before you put your ivy on, you need to put your lamps. You will not be able to add these after the ivy. The ivy will be in the way. So you will use your cross beams to place your lamps. And these will create a glow inside the tree. Okay, and you'll just go back and forth randomly through. Okay? Then for your ivy, you're going to want mostly the size small and medium. You can use the large in the bottom of these larger panels and a little bit maybe in the bottom of the middle panels, but that's about it. You're really going to want mostly the small and the medium. And you're just gonna fill in all the blanks. And you're gonna do both sides. And sometimes you can just float over a section of ivy instead of over a beam, and it'll let you place something. Where did that go? That was weird. There, see? That was just floating over. You just cover the whole panel like that, all the way down. And then you do the other side, and you do the same thing. And that is how you build your Christmas tree. And then later, after you've done your ivy, I'll do it on a part where there's already ivy. Let's fill this up a little bit to give you an idea of what happens. Let's say it's quite full. I'm going to pop up on the other side a little bit, just to give an accurate representation of what happens. So you've got all your ivy, right? Both sides. And you come in afterwards. And you want to put in your wyverns. Because you want to have like that candlelight kind of thing going on. Like they did back in the olden days when they set their houses on fire. As a jury thought, not. Okay. So, you put the little baby beam, the little half timber, and you shift to get it kind of stuck in there. Where is it hiding? There it is. You're just sticking it. Hey, don't disappear on me. There you go. And you can always come in and you slap in another ivy after. Whoops, I went backwards. It's being ornery. There you go. See? See how that ivy branch just kind of comes over a little bit? You can play with it, take more time with it, but yeah. And that's how you build your Christmas tree. So I'll take you on one last final tour of how Amicitia did it. And oh, yes, at Yule, please come visit us in Bronyr. Christmas, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. Actually, before I do this tour, I want to drop my hammer. There we go. We, just as we did last year, we are going to have gifts under the tree. If you look, there are baskets and containers. All of these will be full with gifts and will be open to public. Doesn't matter where you're from. You are welcome to come and help yourself to the gifts under the tree. We also usually have free boxes in front of the manor, right there with the hearts on them, where we put some odds and ends sometimes. They're a little sparse right now, but I'm sure we'll have some more in it by Christmas. Yeah, so please come help yourselves to the Christmas presents under the Yule tree. Yule presents. Come get your boon under the Yule tree and celebrate Yule with us. We would love it. So enjoy the holidays. And as I'm often telling my friends, watch out for polar bears, you know, because it's winter and all of that, right? Yeah. Happy Yule!